been 4 days of intense learning at the national workshops on current trends in public accounting, auditing and reforms, co-organized by the Public Accounts Committee and Office of the Auditor-General of the Federation. We at Sook News TV, we've been here from start to finish, monitoring the progress of the event and granting interviews. Participants have shown so much excitement and satisfaction with all of the activities. Let's take some bites from the interviews.
It's an eye-opener for me. I sincerely appreciate the organizers of the workshop. And I want to believe that things like this can be organized frequently for us to be abreast of all the reforms. I must say that if I didn't come here, I probably would not know so many things that have been going on. It's quite difficult for us to get most of these circulars. So one thing I have gained from here is that I must link up with the Auditor-General's office, Accountant-General office to get updates on new circulars and stuff like that. I mean, so many reforms. And such that if you are not aware, of course they say ignorance is not an excuse. You are not aware and then you'll be committing a lot of errors. So I'm happy to be here and I've gained so much. And I get back and I have to implement most of the things that I have been put through.
Training and retraining is part of life. If you stop learning, that's your death. So this training should be organized probably quarterly or by yearly, so that and more people should be involved, not only selected few, not leaders, even the operators. They are the ones that are doing the job. If the leaders know it and it is not being passed across to operators, it makes no meaning. So the frequency of the training is relevant.
Well, the training is so impactful. It is putting the round square in the round hole. It meets our needs because it exposes all that we need to know in terms of our relationship with the stakeholder, especially the Office of the Auditor-General and the Public Accounts Committee of the National Assembly. The agency set up to oversee that or to ensure that we disburse or manage our funds in the right way. And so this training is to expose us, to bring us to knowledge of all that is required of us to do in order to reduce or to eliminate issues that has to do with queries in terms of our operations of the public funds entrusted to us.
Definitely, many of the things that CEOs are faced with, especially as has to do with auditing, made one to realize that perhaps for those who have spent more years should have been exposed to this before this time.
Okay, this program, which is organized by the Office of the Auditor-General for the Federation in collaboration with the Public Accounts Committee, is for Chief Executive. That's the program is organized for us to enhance our knowledge about accounting and then also to know the financial regulations and other things that will help us to be better accounting officers in the management of our organizations.
I believe that this program that we have come for is really an eye-opener for some of us who are here on the need for them to see how they can really take advantage of this. And I want to advise every other organization, particularly those ones that are able to come here, to take advantage of this kind of a program so that they can continue to learn. And this program, I believe, is not a program that can be done once in a while. I think this program should be a continuous program so that most of these lapses that we experience can be solved.
Again, knowledge, they say, is power. The Chairman Public Accounts Committee, Rep. Bamidele Salam, highlighted key areas that could propel good job delivery. Some other participants shared the wealth of knowledge and expectations during a specially designed podcast segment. Here are some take-homes.
It is the debate, the discussion that we have that result in the most principle of our work, which is lawmaking. We make laws for good governance, for security, for welfare of Nigeria, and you can't make laws without, having discussions. If anybody brings in a bill to the House, which is the first stage of lawmaking, it has to come to the House for first reading. It goes through the second reading where you have a discussion on the major principles of the bill, and then if the bill passes through the second reading, it goes to the stage of public hearing, where you then call all persons that should ordinarily be interested in the bill, the stakeholders, to come together and discuss. It's also a discussion, it's also a meeting to bring their input, to look at the bill and tell us the merits and so on and so forth before it goes back to the House for consideration of the report by the whole House and for the third reading when it is passed, into law. So that is the principal function of the House. And like I said in answering some earlier questions, we have the responsibility of oversight. The oversight is the, supervision aspect to ensure that you don't just pass laws and go to sleep. Are the laws we passed being obeyed? Are they being implemented? Don't forget, even the Appropriation Act itself is a law. You vote so amount of money to be used for the reconstruction of social road. Is it being done? Is it being done in the manner where it should be done? The Committee on Works will look at that. You voted money for equipping of teaching hospital. The Committee on Health will come and do that. You vote money for purchase of equipment by the military, maybe some fighter jet and so on. The Committee on Defense or Army or so will come and do this. That's another thing we do. And then finally, the work of representation, bringing what has now come to be known as dividends of democracy to the people at home.
Let me start by saying that the Office of the Auditor-General of the Federation is mandated to forward its reports to the Public Accounts Committee of the National Assembly. Now, it's a constitutional responsibility, and the Public Accounts Committee of the National Assembly also has the constitutional responsibility of asking the agencies to come forward before it and account for the observations as presented from the Office of the Auditor-General of the Federation. But one of the key areas where I find a lot of issue is the fact that in most cases, this report gets to the Public Accounts Committee of the National Assembly in arrears, sometimes 5 years, 6 years after the accounting year has elapsed. In many instances, chief executives that were superintended the affairs of the agencies are no more even in service. This is not to say that chief executives cannot be recalled back from even after they have retired or even after their tenure has elapsed to come and account for this thing. But I would have loved to see a situation whereby we will bridge the gap in such a way that we will not pass a maximum of 1-2 years after the public year expenditure has passed, after the Auditor-General of the Federation has conducted its yearly audit, so that you can face the Public Accounts Committee of the National Assembly, so that you can be able to, shed some light over the expenditure that has gone through for that particular year.
This workshop actually is apt at this time of the year. Yes, the MDAs, actually the accounting process is the same everywhere, especially the MDAs. There are standards set up by the International Public Sector Accounting Standard, which Nigeria we have converged to it also since 2015. And this standard we are following up to the letter. That is why we are saying this, the workshop is apt. It will add more knowledge to us. Most of our participants here, they have upgraded themselves, especially the chief executives who are here. Some of them are non-accountants, and they have upgraded themselves with most of the topics issued here. And I'm quite sure when they go back, they will impact it more on the staff of their various organizations. The accounting processes, as I said, are the same. And if an auditor audit an organization, another auditor can come and continue. The only thing is to go back and see what the others have done. And I'm quite sure the standards are the same.
The workshop was a success, and suggestions for more of its kind in order to continually equip professionals at all levels from MDAs was also suggested. Grace Komolafe, Soup News.